Hello everybody and welcome back to Pravus Gaming and more Cities Skylines in New Pravsburg. Played a little bit in between videos, just a little bit. Decided the ferry systems are not working no matter what I try, so I got rid of it in favor of a second harbor, which I'm not really sure does anything for us. Simply because apparently the game does not mind having as many ships as possible dock up in one area, even though there's clearly no space. But whatever, at least it looks a little bit better, and since the ferries are broken, oh well, I do think it is actually broken. It could be because of some mods that I've got installed. I'm not sure which ones, since it didn't have any that should have adjusted the traffic, but apparently that could have happened. I have been gradually expanding out some of this district. I did decide to make it self-sustaining after all, since we've been having some trouble with our garbage processing, so I want to make sure that doesn't become a problem. And we did hit the 60,000 population required. I tried to hit record right when this came out, but it didn't work. We are now in Metropolis. Population of 60,000. We do, in fact, have access to an airport. Yes, we do need a road connection for this. Now, I am thinking that maybe I'm wrong to put an airport over here. It seemed kind of picturesque, you know, putting an airport right here. You kind of land right at the edge of the bay. But at the end of the day, this is some valuable real estate that we could have used to turn into like another nightlife district with some really good housing back here close to the beach. So maybe I won't do that over here. Instead, it would make a lot more sense to put the airport over here, kind of close to the highway connection. I think that's the smart thing to do. That's probably exactly what we are going to do. So yeah. The next goal then would be to become a Megalopolis, which is 75,000 population, unlocks monuments, which we don't have yet, and I would have the international airport, which I feel like I modded in. I could be completely wrong on that point, but either way, I would like to have an international airport. So we're going to go ahead and continue expanding. I do have a little bit of RCI demand. The ironworks is developing, slowly but surely. The worker shortage is still a thing, but it's not as bad as it used to be, so I'd say that's pretty good. We could start expanding out some new suburbs, and I could buy a new tile if I wanted to. Question is, what would I buy? We could get this one, which has more fertile land, finally expand out the Bengal fields in order to take over the rest of the farming locations, and then turn this into a big suburb area. Could do that. Also has more of a highway connection, which I like. We could go further down over here. That'd be an option, but I don't know. The tile's kind of split, so I wouldn't actually gain access to that beach, which makes me sad. We don't really want this tile. I don't think anything over here makes sense. It's either this one or this one, I think. And between the two, I think I'm going to go ahead and pick up this district for $22,000. That's chump change right now, man. I got $2 million in the bank. It means absolutely nothing to me. Ooh, we got even more fertile land than I thought. Look at this. There's so much. Maybe we create a second farming district over here. That could be fun. And then, yeah, I think that this just becomes sprawling suburbia more than anything else. And down over here, we'll expand an airport. Maybe more of the city down this direction, gradually turning into a suburb around the lake. Well, pond thing. I don't know what qualifies exactly. I think that's the goal. That's what we're going to end up doing. Now, one thing that really bothers me, I really don't like that I can't get rid of this pollution worth anything. I've got so many floating garbage collectors, and it says that my pollution is basically negligible. Basically. There's a tiny bit over here still, and I'm working on it. But there's just the graphical animation. It's not as bad as it used to be, but I just can't quite get rid of the pollution. And it bothers me, man. It bothers me a lot. But I think that's just something we're going to have to learn to live with. One thing we could do that we haven't touched yet is we could actually start building out some road maintenance depots. And basically we just pay an upkeep in order to have people go all over the city and repair the roads so that people can travel a teensy-weensy bit faster. I don't think that's a bad investment. It actually has a pretty substantial range, you can see right here. So we'll go ahead and place one over like that, and then we'll place another one over, I don't know, here in the Birdsong District, and then we'll place another one over here probably, if I can fit it. There we go. And that should work. So a lot of our roads are going to get gradually maintained and improved. People can maintain a higher speed, and hopefully that reduces congestion ever so slightly in the city. Now, if I am going to create this leisure district over here, then something I think I'm going to do is I'm going to deliberately create a little strip right here and just fill it with a whole load of trees. And my thought is I do still want to have some residential relatively close to the leisure area, but I want to split it up a little bit to try and reduce some of the noise pollution, and I'll keep it a little bit more contained if I do that. Okay, there we go. And by default, it is called Empire Park, which I think should be fine. Now, we are going to go ahead and set this to a leisure specialization like so. Can't do organic at the same time. I guess we'll go ahead and have the IT cluster just in case. And do I want self-sustaining housing? I mean, yeah, kinda. We're going for the Green Cities theme pretty hard here. All right. Empire Park it is. Got a few parks around this area. Don't have any schools and stuff down here, but I think we can probably connect some of this up. For example, if I did something kind of like this, maybe. Turn back on snapping, and we'll have you kind of go around over here and then around like this. There we go. All right, that seems reasonable enough. So yeah, we'll join these districts up, make sure that people can get to and from easily enough. And now we have a whole new district that's going to get built out. A fair bit of low density on this side, just because I don't want to have too many skyscrapers over here. I think we're getting to a point where honestly the Bay has maybe a little bit too many high-rise structures. You know, you come in and it's a little frickin' overwhelming no matter which direction you look. So having at least a little bit of low density here could look pretty nice. All right, let's work on the airport. So I'm trying to think this through. This could become a pretty important highway connection for us. Maybe it would make sense to put in another roundabout of some sort. Maybe? I don't know. A small roundabout like this. Is this a small one? Because, oh, this is a large one. Ooh, wow. That is a real big roundabout now, ain't it? Roundabound. Not sure we want to go with something quite that big. I may have to just go ahead and create myself another roundabout, honestly. I do think that this could eventually become a pretty major traffic hub. And I do not want to risk any congestion going into here, so yeah, let's do exactly that. There you go. Something like this should be more than enough, I would certainly think. So this is the airport, just a very basic one right over here. I'm hoping I will get to upgrade this to something more international eventually. I feel like there's got to be some really good ways of beautifying this area up, just a wee little bit. I'm not really sure what we can do, though. There's not a whole lot that's offered in the base game. I mean, we could put out a couple of parks and stuff, but mostly I want to make sure we get some transportation sorted out. You know what would be really nice is if I had, like, bus-only lanes that we could place. That'd be pretty cool. Instead, I think... Let's see. We do want to make sure we have some taxis set up. So we'll go ahead and make sure that we've provided some room for that. Probably place a couple... I think let's just say we line this area up a little bit. I can fit 4 in there. It's about perfect. Okay. You know, I actually wish I had a mod that I could install that would allow me to get crosswalks manually in here, too. That would be pretty nice, but we don't have that right now. That's fine, though. Let's go ahead and place another road. We'll do something kind of like over here. And what would be involved if I wanted to place, like, some parking lots? Not that we necessarily need them, but I think they look appropriate. Something kind of like this, you know? Giganto parking lots outside of the airport. What fits best? The medium probably looks the best just because I like the, look of the curvature and stuff, but the large parking lot is the most sensible of the two. So we should probably do them. Let's go ahead and extend out this road a teensy-weensy bit more. Something kind of like, maybe not like that. Something kind of like this. I actually don't remember how much I need to expand it. What if we do this and then this? Is this enough? Yes, actually. Barely, but it is enough. Well, perfect. There we go. So now we have a big parking lot sitting outside of a big airport. I say big. It could be a heck of a lot bigger. But that should work for us. Okay, so now we have a new avenue of people getting into the city. Hopefully this leads to a heck of a lot more tourism, if I am lucky. We'll just go ahead and place a few trees out here to kind of beautify the area a little bit. There we go. Yeah, I like some of that. Okay, we actually should probably also put a metro stop out here. I think that would be sensible, because I do expect this to be a high-traffic area, and I would prefer to give people an option to get here without relying on their cars at all. So let's go to metro. If I were to place a stop, let's say here maybe, something like this, that should work. And then we'll have a tunnel that goes out this direction. Do I want it to tie in here? I guess we could. Yeah, let's have it go out this way a little bit. And then we'll curve her around. Yeah, maybe not quite that much. Hang on. A little bit more like this. That? Yeah, okay. And then I think... I've tried experimenting with this a little bit in the past. I haven't done super well, but I think I can drag this line up to this stop. The problem is it drags the line. It doesn't create one, so I need to How do I... Drag a line to add stop. Yes. And then we'll take the teal. We'll move this up as well. And drag a line to add stop. I think that is now working as intended. Okay, good. And, you know, I think that's probably good enough. That's 2 metro lines that people should be able to get onto pretty easily. That will allow them to get up to the airport. Okay, wonderful. So now we have metro. That's solved. Any other travel options we really care about? I could set up another bus system, I suppose. A bus stop would be probably smart. I could set it up over here. Well, but how am I best going to get around if I do this? I kind of want to make sure that I have something going directly from the airport to our hotels in Rowan's Path. So I am going to create... I want to create a dedicated bus network, but for that, maybe we want to have a dedicated road as well, so we don't have to go on the highway with our buses, because that's not typical, right? I'm pretty confident that's not typical. And if that's the case, then maybe we can grab another medium road. Regular 4-lane road, probably. This has bus lanes. Bus lanes make sense to me. Can we go from, like, let's say here? And can I get page up in time? No. Slope is still too steep. Can I go down? No. Slope is still too steep. Darn. I suppose what I could do is actually just use the move tool. And we'll just move the highway over here. It looks really stupid now. Sorry. But I'll do what I need to get this to work, by God. All right, hang on. Take a quick look-see. Let's get a little curvature going on in there. Get these guys a little closer together. Not too close, though, because we still need to have room for a pillar to kind of support our bridge. So let's see. Bus and taxi specific. I mean, I like having it decorative, but this makes sense. All right, so if we go from here, page up, still too steep. Well, hang on. Maybe not. Up. Barely works. Okay. Perfect. Go here. And then go page down. And we will have you freeform in like this, I think. And then maybe we want to go ahead and upgrade these to include bus and taxi lines specifically as well. Not that I'm actually expecting to make much use of this here. Why can't we have, like, a bus-only lane? I think that would be kind of cool. You know? Monorail. Ooh, that would be fun as well. Yeah, I really think that they should add that. I think they should. It is available as a mod, but I think that they should add the option of just having straight-up bus-only lanes. Just so you can have, like, a good U-turn that goes across like so. I think so, anyway. All right, let's go ahead and upgrade some of these. Am I doing this right? No, I am not. Hang on. There we go. Something like this. Okay. I think this should work just fine. Okay, so we can just create a bus stop right outside of the airport, and we're going to head over toward Butler Square. We should be able to follow kind of everything around this area here. Kind of like this. This will also take us really close to some of the harbors as well, which I like. I'm just going to go ahead and create a simple loop pattern here. We're not trying to create anything crazy. There are many other forms of mass transit that they could take. Instead, I just want to get them introduced to this tourism area, which we will be expanding as time goes on. And hopefully this will end up being good enough for them. Okay, well, it's here. Anyone feel like landing any planes? Please tell me this isn't going to be broken like the darn ferries. Watch that happen. Watch it happen. We don't get any planes. That would suck. Well, we'll give this a shot anyway. Ah! What the heck happened over here? Everything's burning! I don't know if we actually have enough firemen to put all this out. The high school's on fire. We're losing things right and left. What have you guys done? Well, at least we can finally see some of the helicopters in action. They just come around and dunk water over here, apparently. It doesn't seem that effective to me. But okay, does anyone want to deal with this building, or are you guys just going to go off somewhere else? Apparently you're just going to go off somewhere else. Well, there are a couple of tourists that are using the airport. I can see people going, hey, we got a plane! Okay, so it is technically working. Well, thank God. I was a little concerned about that. Oh, we do have access to some sort of an airport. Oh, look at this! Okay, so we actually have a modded in international airport, which I could probably have used. I don't know if this is any better, though, to be honest. Costs $500,000 to build. It's pretty big, credit where it's due, though. Is this better, or would I rather just save up until I can get, like, the proper non-modded version? What's this over here? Oh, right, we have some small airport hangars, too. Just to make things look a little bit more legit. I don't think these actually do anything. They're just for looks more than anything else. Yeah, I don't know. Can we control airflow? Oh, those are blimp pathways. Okay. I was going to say, I think that maybe we can kind of control where planes are allowed to fly, but I am incorrect on that point. I am realizing one of the big problems with the bus lanes here is that it actually becomes a 2-lane road with bus lanes specifically. Not quite as good as I was expecting. Can we actually upgrade that to something a little bit bigger and better? 6-lane one-way roads, no. Those do not have... Well, wait, hang on. There is a 6-lane road with bus lanes. Okay, we actually could do something like this. It's not as pretty, but it works, which I have to think is pretty good. I don't know. Maybe we'll do this, like, close to the airport itself, and then over here, since I expect these to be used as pretty minor bridges between the town, maybe I can just leave this as is, so it becomes a 2-lane road with bus lanes. And over here, where I'm hoping to see the most traffic merge, that's where I turn it into a 4-lane with bus lanes. Yeah, I'm okay with that. Well, now we have a lot of planes coming in. All right, and each of these should have a place they can park up, right? Nope, you're just waiting. Oh, no! What have you done? Oh, once again, I'm just saying, I think that the developers need to make sure that these mass transport systems are not colliding horribly. Something I always just found really satisfying about City Skylines is the ability to put in these roads and stuff here and make it look like one giant park. I mean, this bus terminal is supposed to be kind of hidden from the rest of the city because it's got a lot of noise pollution. But you throw in some gravel roads, a bit more trees, and all of a sudden this place looks beautified. Almost like some sort of a central park. Not really, but you get the point. I love being able to beautify my city. The aesthetics are so pleasing to me. Since I'm not going to be using much of this area at all, one thing we could actually do is start adding in some more helicopter services of various types. So, for example, I go ahead and grab a quick little decorative road off in this direction, something kind of like this. What do we want to have? Like, maybe it'd be worth having, like, a, what is it? Oh, community pools and stuff. Yoga garden. There we go. Medical helicopter depot. You know, this could be kind of useful. We'll place something like that there. We already do have a fire one somewhere, but we could get a police helicopter depot. Something like this, you know? And that way we can try serving a few more areas remotely if we have to. You know, some sort of emergency response upgrades. That could be useful to me. That is a lot of people right there. That was a lot of people that just came out of one airplane, apparently. Holy crud. We are actually completely out of university space. It's probably time to add in another one. Let's see. Now, we could go for the standard university, but instead I'm going to go for a modern technical institute, and we're going to place it right over here instead. That seems pretty cool, I think. It's one of those alternative buildings that probably doesn't have as good of a capacity, sure enough, and it probably costs more to operate, sure enough. Okay, so it's never a smart thing to do. Thank you, Green Cities, for proving just how incredibly impractical these upgrades are. But it still looks pretty cool, and it's got one of these hovering globe things. Who doesn't like that? Yeah, we're doing some pretty major expansion in the city. Now, people in the Leisure District are complaining they aren't getting enough customers, which is why I'm going to have to go ahead and expand the metro even further. Just kind of spindly out this way. So let's get a new line created over here, and down over Mya, and down over Mya, and so on and so forth. You've all seen this before, so I won't bore you. But it is happening. More and more expansion, guys. Ew, this could be kind of fun. The Grand Mall. People always like to shop, tourists even more so. Why not have a mall? I kind of dig that idea. Where could I place a gigantic mall? Not over there. It's a pretty big building, turns out. Space already occupied. Where could I place a mall? You could do something right over here. Seems like it's kind of clustered a little too close together, though. Where are some grids I don't need? What about some of this? Can I get rid of some of this? Maybe. Not sure I'm super thrilled about that, though. I I'd like to place it over here somewhere. If that's not too much to ask. What if I got rid of this area right here? Like this. What is this? An elementary school. Sorry. We'll move you over here. How's that? Okay. And then we have... Can I get rid of this for now? Let's try placing down the Grand Mall. But that's so close to, like, not the avenues. Maybe that's not a good idea. Hang on. We'll place the school over, place the school over here for now. Nope, maybe not. Here for now. Okay. That deletes a few buildings, but whatever. Can we find a way to get in the Grand Mall? Only if we get rid of this street entirely. For now, we will. And then place a Grand Mall right over here. Yes. Okay. That's my gigantic mall. And now we'll just try to make up some of the lost space by just building some roads out this direction. And we have another unique building, which hopefully will increase tourism a fair bit. I also built a tiny little helicopter park. Why? I don't know. We built a lot of helicopter things, apparently. It's got a dove with a propeller. I'm just saying, it's kind of cute. So I built it. You know, since this eco-treatment plant is supposed to be so darn clean, I wonder if I could place these upriver and that would technically increase the water level. Is that a bad idea or a cool idea? I can't decide. I'm gonna try it for science. Let's go ahead and get this thing hooked up. I'm just curious if this works, if this is a way of getting the water level to rise up. Because you can, right, you can do that using one of these water relief, whatever it is called, freshwater outlets. There it is. The extra water gets pumped out. I'm just kind of curious. Now that I'm pumping this out, oh, it sure as heck looks to me like the water level in the river is rising. Is it going to be a problem, though, as I go further downriver? This isn't going to wash anybody away, I hope. The bridges should still be fine. They better be anyway. Well, I guess we're gonna find out. I mean, my primary concern was that maybe I was gonna create a problem where I can't drink this water, but, I mean, this stuff's super duper clean. It doesn't say that there's any pollution at all. So yeah, I think all we're doing is really just increasing the water level a little bit down here, which, you know what? I'm okay with that. Well, we're getting very close to that 75,000 threshold I had been talking about. This area seems to have developed pretty darn well, so I think what I'm going to do then is start building out some more suburbs. We'll try expanding out a new farming area over here and start placing a new set of suburbia, probably down in this corner. I think that could be kind of fun and picturesque, so we're going to do that. There we go. Another nice little slice of suburbia that will develop out over here, at least I hope it will. Oh, wait, we should probably create some districts around this. What are we going to call this place, I wonder? Is a good question. We can call it, I don't know. How about, oh gosh. Anyali! Come here! I'm not feeling very creative, I need help. I'm creating a new farming community, what should I call it? Stew-goo? Are you kidding me? She thinks I should call it Stugu because that's the affectionate name I gave Star... Okay, fine. Stugu it is. Lordy. All right, you all heard it first here. It's just like, okay, Stugu it is. I did ask. It's fair. I did ask you. All right, guys, it's called Stugu. That's not what I was expecting, but that's okay. We'll make do. Anyway, we have a desperate need for some power. Hook up to the power grid. We can fix that real quick. No problem. Like so. Boom. Done and done. We need to get some power over... Gee whiz, this is going to be a bit of a problem, isn't it? Get some right here, and then over here, and then over here, and then we get over here, and we hook it up. Wait, that's a park. That's why. Go here. Here, here, and here. Okay, that should solve some of the problems. And will this place develop for a little bit? I am hopeful, though, that very soon we are going to get to the 75,000 I need to get to the last stage of the city. Oh, right, and we should probably go ahead and say that Stugu is supposed to be a farming community. It shall do organic stuff, and it shall be self-sustaining. Okay, moving on. Ah, crap, I hit the escape button at the wrong time. We hit it, though. Megalopolis! Hooray! We've reached a population of 75,000. That is the highest level we could expect, and now I have access to the international airport. Wonderful. We also have access to monuments, the Eden Project, the Hadron Collider and the Fusion Power Plant, the Space Elevator, Medical Center, Doomsday Vault, and the Ultimate Recycling Plant. I mean, if I were to do something like this, what do we need? The Floating Gardens, the Climate Research Station, and the Lungs of the City. Wow, you have to get a lot of unique buildings if you want to do any of this stuff. Space Elevator, we're not even that far off. If I wanted to build the stadium, the Expo Center, and the Transport Tower, we absolutely could do this. It would give me a huge influx of tourists, apparently, which is very tempting. Let's see, for the Fusion Power Plant, the Plaza of the Dead, the Modern Art, Observatory, Tax Office. We haven't done anything over here. The Eden Project, the Business Park, Official Park, Construct Services Center, Statue of Industry. There are quite a few things that we could work towards here if we feel like it. I don't know. Do you guys think that's even really worth it? Because I was thinking about ending the series relatively soon, now that we've hit Megalopolis. But, I mean, some of those unique buildings sure sound pretty fun, don't they? I'm thinking about it. I am thinking about it. In the meantime, though, at least for now, let's go ahead and get rid of our airport, and we will instead replace it, probably, with the International Airport, which is this thing right here. Hello. Whoa, this is a lot bigger. This is a lot bigger. Okay, wait. What roads do I need for this thing? How do I place it? Does it have to be off of a highway? It doesn't seem to want to react to any of my other roads. Give me a minute to figure this out. Well, apparently I can get something kind of out over here, and I'll have to build my roads to match. As it is, though, it keeps thinking that the slope is too steep. What exactly that's supposed to mean, I have no idea. I know it's the hills. I just don't know why it's so bad. $250,000 to build this sucker is a little pricey, ain't it? We could build way out over here, though. This would require a complete restructuring of what I had already done for the airport, but I think I'm pretty much okay with that. Especially if I could get it at a slight angle like this to control which direction the air traffic comes in. Something like this might actually be about perfect. Yeah. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and place it right here and commit. Like that. There we go. We got an international airport, and now I need to take some time getting the roads all in position. But I'll do that in between videos. Thank you all very much for watching. I do hope that you enjoyed. If so, then be sure to hit that like button, leave a comment, and subscribe if you are new. We will continue to play at least a little bit longer. Maybe I can get some unique buildings. Maybe I can't. Let me know what you guys think down in the comment section below. I'll see y'all next time. Bye-bye.